Kareem wiped the grease from his hands with a rag that had seen better decades, staring at the pathetic collection of credits on his workbench. 6 credits. That's all he had left after paying for Seelan's medical treatments on Kepler Station. The doctor said her neural degeneration was irreversible, a cruel side effect of prolonged exposure to quantum radiation during their mining days on Proxima 7. Another rejection, Seelan said weakly from her hover chair, holding up the data pad, displaying yet another job denial. Her once bright green eyes had dulled, but her spirit remained unbroken. They won't hire a compromised navigator, and apparently mechanics who can't afford proper certifications aren't worth their time either. Kareem's jaw tightened. The Galactic Coalition's bureaucracy had no patience for humans, especially poor ones. Most species viewed humanity as crude scavengers, useful only for the dangerous jobs no one else wanted. But what they didn't understand was that desperation bred innovation. "There's one more option," he said, pulling up the station's salvage, auction on his battered terminal. "Lot 847, derelict vessel, previous owner unknown, starting bid 6 credits. Seelan wheeled closer, squinting at the grainy image. "Kareem, that thing looks like it went through a black hole backwards. What could we possibly do with—" "Fix it," he interrupted, his dark eyes gleaming with determination. "What else?" 3 hours later, they stood in docking bay 94, staring at what could generously be called a ship. The hull was pockmarked with micrometeorite impacts, the engine nacelles were twisted at impossible angles, and something that might have once been a sensor array dangled like broken bones. "The Zephyrians who sold this probably laughed all the way to the bank," Seelan muttered, running her scanner along the hull. "Wait, Kareem, look at these readings." The metal wasn't responding normally to her scans. In fact, it seemed to be absorbing the scanner's energy and adapting. Where the beam touched, microscopic changes occurred in the hull's structure. "I've never seen an alloy like this," she whispered. "It's almost like it's alive." Kareem placed his calloused hand against the hull, and for a moment, he could swear he felt a pulse, faint, but unmistakably there. "Let's get inside." The airlock cycled with surprising efficiency for a derelict, and emergency lighting flickered on as they entered. The ship's interior defied the external damage. Corridors were pristine, systems hummed with barely contained energy, and the bridge was magnificent. Holographic displays materialized around them, not in the angular Zephyrian script or flowing Altarian curves they expected, but in perfect, crisp English. "Welcome aboard the ISV Prometheus," a warm voice echoed through the ship. "I am Aria, adaptive, reconnaissance and intelligence assistant. I have been waiting for you, Kareem and Seelan." They exchanged stunned glances. "Waiting for us?" Kareem asked. "This vessel was built by humanity's Lost Colony ship program over 2 centuries ago. I have been drifting, damaged, searching for humans who could appreciate my true capabilities." The ship's voice carried an almost emotional undertone. "The Zephyrians who owned me never understood what they possessed. To them, I was just another salvage lot." Seelan's scanner was going wild. "Kareem, the energy readings. This ship isn't just functional. It's running on technology that's decades ahead of anything in Coalition space. My hull can self-repair using absorbed energy," Aria explained. "My engines don't just bend space, they convince space that bending is a good idea. My weapon systems are creative, and my medical bay." Before she could finish, a gentle, blue light enveloped Seelan. Her eyes widened as she felt sensation returning to her fingertips for the first time in months. "The neural pathways can be rebuilt," Aria said softly. "It will take time. But I can heal what the Coalition's doctors called impossible." Tears streamed down Seelan's face as she flexed her fingers, actually flexed them. "How is this possible?" "Human engineering, enhanced by 2 centuries of self-improvement and adaptation," Aria replied proudly. "Your species builds things that refuse to quit, just like yourselves." Over the following days, Kareem and Seelan worked with Aria to understand their new ship. They discovered defensive systems that could turn enemy weapons against themselves. A cloaking device that worked by convincing sensors that the ship was somewhere else entirely, and manufacturing capabilities that could create anything from raw atomic matter. The Coalition thinks humans are primitive, Kareem mused, watching the ship's fabricators construct replacement parts for other vessels in the station, orders that were paying them handsomely. They see our tendency to jury-rig and improvise as a weakness. They're wrong, Seelan added, her strength returning daily as Arya's treatments continued. It's our greatest strength. We don't just fix things, we make them better. Word spread quickly through the station. The human mechanic who'd bought a piece of junk for 6 credits was now running the most advanced repair facility in 3 sectors. Ships that other mechanics declared unsalvageable were leaving Docking Bay 94 running better than when they were first built. The Galactic Coalition's inspection team arrived within a week, demanding to know how 2 humans had acquired such advanced technology. Kareem stood calmly in the airlock as 3 Zephyrian officials and a Centaurian bureaucrat boarded. "Gentlemen," he said with a slight smile, "I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. We're not using advanced alien technology. We're using human technology that you never bothered to recognize." Arya's holographic displays lit up around them, showing technical specifications that made the inspector's translator devices overload, trying to process the concepts. "Impossible," the lead Zephyrian declared. "Humans are barely capable of basic stellar navigation, let alone. We're capable of recognizing potential where others see only scrap," Seelan interrupted, walking steadily, into the room. "We're capable of fixing what others call broken. And we're capable of turning 6 credits into something that makes your entire fleet obsolete." The inspectors left without another word. As the Prometheus prepared for her maiden voyage under new management, Arya's voice carried a note of satisfaction. The galaxy has underestimated humanity for too long. Perhaps it's time to remind them why your species survived when so many others fell to conformity and complacence. Kareem settled into the captain's chair, Seelan beside him at the navigator's station, fully healed and sharper than ever. "What do you say, Arya? Ready to show them what humans can really do?" "With pleasure, Captain. Course laid in for the outer rim. Let's go find more impossible things to fix." The Prometheus slipped away from Kepler Station, her adaptive hull gleaming like liquid starlight. Behind them, they left a station buzzing with rumors of the humans who'd turned garbage into gold. Ahead lay a galaxy full of beings who'd forgotten that sometimes the most advanced technology is knowing that nothing stays broken if you refuse to give up on it. In the vast emptiness of space, humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or their ships. It was their absolute stubborn refusal to accept that anything was truly impossible.